On the other hand, there is always the fear, and I think this is a very valid fear, that if you're hopping from one job to another very frequently, you might be considered an unstable person, getting excited very easily with your new job, but then losing interest and trying to move on. Now, my experience is and was and continues to be that if you start a new job, it takes you, let's say, a year until a year and a half, depending on the complexity of the situation, until you're really into the job, where certain things come to you almost automatically, and you can actually dedicate your brain power, your creativity, etc., to developing new procedures, new ways of working, etc. Because what you're supposed to be doing is actually, you're supposed to bring something to the table. Your employer brings a salary, but what you bring to the table needs to have some added value. Otherwise, your employer might actually believe, okay, this gentleman is nice, but there's other gentlemen that can do the same, and maybe I can get them at a cheaper price. And here we have the ambivalence with the job hopping idea. Job hopping supposedly is moving you up the salary ladder, but it's not the way that it works. I think you need to have a consistent career over time so that you can demonstrate the value that you're able to bring to a company, the value that you are able to provide to your employer. Because, believe it or not, all the talk about human resources and so on, it's all very nice, but at the end of the day, it's about the value that you, as an employer, are capable of creating for the company. So let's not have any illusions here. And it's like, job hopping is like if you're in the business of buying and selling. You're buying an apartment, you're selling an apartment. You're buying a plot, you're selling a plot. But rarely those that do the buying and selling are adding value. So I think if we look at this question of job hopping and whether or not we should stay with a job for an extended amount of time, I think what we need to contemplate here is actually how others will evaluate the value that I am able to bring to the company. I think this is a first and, to me, very important point, because it's not just like that we move from one job to the other and we hope to get a little bit more money. I think this is about developing your career, making sure that you add value to the business of your employers, and you also add value and create competence for yourselves. I think the question of job hopping is totally overrated. I think what creates value for employers and what employers will value is actually the fact whether or not you're able to contribute and create some stability over time. Stability not in the sense that we are stagnating, but stability in the sense that we show a consistent path of development. This is more or less what I would like to say about the question of job hopping versus doing a good job, because you will be able to do a good job if you have stayed on the job for some time, and if you have been able to develop your skills in that specific job, and maybe you are even capable of developing the job as such, not your performance, but the job as such. Thank you very much.